Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Media News. The headlines. Legal disputes prevent the UDP from contesting KABWATA's seat as UPND police confusion erupt. Fuel increment a blessing to cyclist transporters in CHIPATA. Join me with the details after this commercial.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
In other media news, in detail, the opposition leadership movement says it has set aside 50 million kwacha towards Citizens Empowerment Program in a bid to help underprivileged citizens earn a livelihood and contribute to national development. Party President Dr. Richard Silumbe says among the programs they have started financing are women and youths to venture into bucket fish farming. Speaking when he launched a project in Kitwe on the Copper Belt, Dr. Silumbe says all citizens of different classes need to contribute to national productivity.
Available data shows that Zambia's fish consumption is currently lower than other Southern African Development Community SADC countries, 7 kilograms per person per year compared to 11 kilograms per person within the SADC region. As of 2015, Zambia's estimated fish consumption demand was 185,000 metric tons compared to a local production of 100,000 metric tons, which means that the deficit was being imported. In order to meet the local and international demand, it is advisable that more people venture into fish farming. The opposition leadership movement, as part of its empowerment initiatives, has taken a proactive approach to empower citizens. In the Copper Belt in Kitwe district, some women and youth cooperatives have been empowered to undertake backyard fish farming. They are happy that the project will help them become self-reliant.
Mr. Richard Silumbe for this initiative he has come up with. We are so happy as women of Kwacha constituents because we know that we are going to benefit a lot. You know, as women mostly
na kuchitisha tapali ushiko ekyama twina menso tule mwana monso mu balepitana mukutungirira abantu pamirimwe omwati mumone bambi kuti batira fyawe ne kama nakwata famu kumpangero nkatekesa awe isabi bateka na panganda nga fintu mwamona muri isabi so lot of fish mukati bati panche ndei non so uyu musango twe encourage abantu bamo bali abashayishi babwino bushe isabi kuti bateka mumwela panshi nangu panganda ifo tuletungiro kutira kuti bateka panganda fe pala peni bachitako pala baleri mu musaluwa pangapo nga fintu mumwene ifo na chituwa mine chine
David Kalumba is the party's national chairman.
Leadership movement under the leadership of the able leader Dr. Richard Silumbe. He wants to ensure that everyone can contribute something to the development of this nation, regardless of their status, regardless of where they are coming from. As you can see, members of the press, this is Kwacha East. And this is not an Upper Mwamba area. So the people we are dealing with here, these are the people you may call the downtrodden, but they are able to contribute something as well.
Leadership Movement President Dr. Richard Silumbe has reaffirmed commitment to continue empowering citizens.
Seen that we are here in Kwacha constituents, walking the talk, as we have been saying all the time. We don't just want to be talking, we want to walk the talk. It's about production. we know that this country can never develop for as long as we are leaving our young people, our women and children, and so many other people in the streets. We as leadership movement believe that every person, whether you are educated or uneducated, you have something to contribute to the development of this country. This is why you are seeing these empowerment programs that we are having. We want Zambians to be productive. We want everybody to participate in the development of this country.
Confusion erupted during the nomination of the KABWATA constituency by-elections as police asked some United Party for National Development officials to leave the nomination center to avoid congestion in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. The move agitated some UPND officials who labeled some police officers as Patriotic Front cadres. 3 out of 10 political parties have failed to file for nomination for the KABWATA parliamentary by-election slated for the 22nd of January 2022. The ones who failed include Rainbow Party, Democratic Party and an independent candidate. Those who managed are Economic and Equity Parties Chilufya Tayali, United Party for National Development's Andrew Tayengwa, UPP's Francis Luinda, Socialist Party's Trevor Ngandu and People's Alliance for Change Sydney Ziambo. Meanwhile, the PF has filed Clement Tembo, while the Patriots for Economic Progress's candidate is Henry Mulea. The election was necessitated by the demise of Area Member of Parliament Levi Mkandawire.
KABWATA constituency was a hive of activity as the nominations were being conducted by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, ahead of the January 22nd poll, which was necessitated following the demise of a parliamentarian, Levi Mkandawire. Various political parties are participating in the KABWATA constituency by-election. The Rainbow Party, Democratic Party and an independent failed to file in nominations. United Progressive Party, UPP, led by Xavier Chishimba, as a candidate who is confident of scooping the seat.
I've been a resident of this area. I was born, raised, and still living in this place. So I know the inside out of all the problems of KABWATA constituency. So I know by God's grace we are winning.
I know a lot of questions have been asked to say, why did you leave PF? I want to make a clarity today. So tomorrow you don't have to call me and ask me questions.
Yes,
most of you followed my leadership. Yes. There's no day that you heard that Uncle T has been involved in fighting, in assault. He's been involved in corruption cases. No. I made a move because now it's time to join a party that has got no record of corruption at all. I don't think at any other given time you've heard of Socialist Party being involved in violence. No. It's a party free from violence.
But for the married man who was a mayoral candidate in the August 12 general election, Chilufya Tayali, he made sure that he is on the ballot. It was green when the 10 for the PF arrived at the nomination center. Songs of solidarity. After several unsuccessful attempts to be on the ballot, Clement Tembo will now represent the former ruling party, the Patriotic Front. The PF is capitalizing on some unpopular decisions that have been made by the UPND government, such as the removal of street vendors.
Just like you and me are going through so much hardship, just the 4 months that we have given the mandates to the UPND, they have turned around. They promised so many things. They promised us heaven on earth, but see what is going on. Look at what has happened to the street vendors. Okay, how do you want to chase people from the streets yet you have not provided for where to take them? Look at the bus fares. People are complaining every day. Okay, it's hard to even have 3 meals today. So we are just saying, Bali to Gonga, Banati Nama. We want the people of KABWATA constituency to show them. They came with all those sweet talks. There's a difference. We couldn't have been sweet talkers. We were practical. You saw the infrastructure, the roads and everything. Our job was to tell the people, look, we've built everything for you. But they were lying to the people that fees will be cheaper. Look at the toll gates now. Look at the toll fees.
Zambia's governing political party, the United Party for National Development, UPND's Andrew Tayengwa, successfully filed in despite issues surrounding his nationality.
Born here, raised in KABWATA, have lived all my life in KABWATA. I'm a product of KABWATA, so I urge the people of KABWATA to consider seriously giving Taengwa Andrew a vote so that we can continue with the good policies that the government of UPND has for this country.
However, confusion erupted as police told some UPND officials to leave the nomination center.
And the problem is, I'm the provisional chairman. I need to write my own report inside on what is happening.
I have not witnessed what you're saying, but if you did witness, I want to say it's unfortunate. And this may go to show you the amount of zeal and how much they are in a hurry to ensure that everything goes well in this election.
This agitated some UPND officials who accused some police officers of being PF cadres. Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
In other news, Minister of Education Douglas Sikalima has predicted a teacher deficit in the country in the next 7 years, stating that the number of citizens studying education has reduced due to limited employment opportunities in this sector. Speaking when consulting stakeholders in the education sector over the student loan system in the country, the minister says it is for this reason that the ministry cannot allow over-deployment of unemployment teachers to other countries as suggested by some stakeholders. He adds that the ministry is operating on a backlog of students who are seeking higher education loans, hence will be unable to include more students anytime soon.
People have not been going to college to go and do education. So in the next, if we manage to employ all of them, tell me what happens to this country in the next 10 years. You have more teachers. Your population is growing. So there are certain things, even when people complain, they must realize to say that strategically you must start doing this. Seychelles wants teachers, Germany wants teachers. If I offloaded all these teachers to go to Germany, I'll have a problem. And over the years, we have not been thinking that way. We are just thinking we have offloaded, we've trained so many teachers. And because we are not absorbing them in the teaching service, they are accumulating. Today, if we get some, there's an excitement, teachers are going to be employed, I'll have a salary now. I have a different mind of thinking. No one is being employed as a teacher. Those 30,000, that is not employment. It's to fit them to go and teach. And then a salary will follow. So this excitement who has been left, who has been what? No. As a country, we must now shift in the way we are thinking. Those teachers are required to give a service, because when we talk about quality education, it starts from a teacher. And please pardon us, pardon us, we have to educate your little boys in the first place. That is where the seed comes from. If you have seen the emphasis, and some people are saying we are now neglecting higher education, that is not the issue. The issue is that the seed that we are planting must be nurtured. We are talking about early childhood education.
As people continue to express mixed reactions over the hiking of fuel prices, some bicycle transporters in CHIPATA district of Eastern Province have expressed happiness as their business has started performing well. Speaking to Camnet TV in CHIPATA, the cyclists say in the past business was difficult as most people preferred to use vehicles as a means of transportation. They say they used to make 90 kwacha in the past, but now they are able to make 120 kwacha per day. On the 16th of December 2021, the Energy Regulation Board chairperson, Mr. Reynolds Boa, announced a price hike of petrol and diesel of 30% and 40% respectively.
The long story of high fuel prices can be linked to the saying that what makes others cry compels others to be happy and excited. That is a way of life. There is always a way out depending on the size of your pocket under the context of survival of the fittest. It is no wonder our friends from Asia have always found a way of meeting consumer needs of different classes in the Zambian market. It is the same with the hike in the fuel price. You can choose to walk, ride, or drive based on your purchasing power. In the eastern part of Zambia, bicycles compete with motorcycles, taxis, and public service vehicles. While the price of fuel has brought agony among many people, it may not be the same for these bicycle riders in CHIPATA district.
Hapa at least iko better, although fakako mafuel chanchani, but at least because yashana na kudala kaili ama Honda mandani ba sta depend pa fuel. So fuel moya dulira manje ngala ngati yokosa moya fakirako ku mafuel. Then kulise wa manjinga kasi tigula mafuel. At least better because yo paila yo dula ndani mafuel obwanji batamangira ku manjinga.
Unlike their competitors, their advantage is that they do not depend on fuel.
Mabane fuel ya kuirera bisewa manjinga tembeza kuti kusogoro business yake ikaleko kambaka kuti vama Honda na motoka mitengo ya zaidi so tembeza kuti makastoma ambiri vasathamangirako manjinga.
Certainly, the hike in the price of fuel, much as it has negative effects, it may prove to be a festive season gift to CHIPATA bicycle riders. Patrick Soko, Camnet News.
That news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. Legal disputes prevent the DP from contesting KABWATA seat as UPND police confusion erupt. Fuel increment, a blessing to cyclists, transporters in CHIPATA. Thank you for joining. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Good afternoon.